we're going to do in this video is work a bit more with our wish list and prepare for enrollment using the validate selected function. Now here we are back in our Student Center, and what I want to call your attention to is your earliest enrollment time. The earliest time that you can actually enroll in a class from your wish list. You can add classes after this date and through the first weeks of the semester, but you cannot add classes before this time. UW-Madison has over 42,000 students, and it's a bit of a race to get into classes, and seats in those classes can fill up. This is why it's very important and in your best interest to make sure that you'll be able to enroll in your classes once you reach your earliest enrollment time. That's what the validate function allows you to do before your enrollment time. So let's go back to our wish list now. Gonna pick out the term. If you watched our last video, Searching for and Understanding Classes, you saw me add Geoscience 100 to this list. Here I've added two more classes. Geography 340 is an online class. That TBA there stands for To Be Announced, and it just means there's no set time for this class as you might expect for an online class. I've also added Beginning Chemistry 103, and you'll note that like Geoscience, it is one of those bundled classes with different parts, or what we call enrollment packages. You'll see there is a lecture I need to attend, along with a discussion section and a lab. They're all in different room locations within the same building, chemistry. Next, I'll hit the Select All button and the planning grid. And what comes up here is a handy weekly calendar which shows me when and where my classes will meet. You'll notice that there is a time conflict with two of my classes. I should not be scheduling classes that overlap or whose exam times overlap, so I may need to look for a different section of a class or find a different class. You should also be paying attention to where your classes meet. The UW-Madison campus is about 1.5 miles or 2.4 kilometers east to west, and it's possible you may need to walk, bus, or bike a bit between your classes in different locations. Most campus classes are scheduled in blocks to allow 20 minutes between class times, so this is not a huge concern, but you should still check class locations using our online campus map. Now let's go back to our wish list. It's sometimes a little tricky to get back there. I need to click up here and then click back in the term or semester I'm interested in. The next thing I'm going to do is use the validate selected function. What everyone should do before their earliest enrollment time is select the classes from the wish list and hit this button. If you're already past your earliest enrollment time, you can skip this step and click right on the Begin Enrolling button. But if I click Validate here, you'll notice only one of my three courses, Geoscience 100, is in that status with an OK to add message. That means that when I reach my earliest enrollment time, if there is still an open seat in the class, I'll be able to add that class. For the other two classes, I'm getting an error message. There's either a time conflict in the case of the first class, or I'm not meeting an enrollment requisite or prerequisite, or the class requires special permission to enroll. Now you may have met the enrollment requisite for this class already with a class you've taken elsewhere, but the UW-Madison computer system doesn't know that. So you'll need to contact the department or instructor to have them add a computer permission for you for the exact class section you'll be trying to enroll for, so that when you come back to the validate section here, your courses will give you an OK to add message. You should be working on getting these computer permissions before your earliest enrollment time. In the next video, we'll talk about ways to get that permission put into the system so you will be able to enroll in your chosen classes.